Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is this sketch right here by Laura Whitaker. It has 4 tags. I'm not going to do them as tags. We're going to do something a little different. I'm going to show you how to use a 6x8 page protector to make a pocket on your page. And then I have a couple of papers from Paper House. One's a baby and one is a travel collection. And then I'm just going to scrapbook all of these boarding passes together. So let's see what I can do. I'm pretty excited about the amount of pocket cards that I've been able to use up over the past couple weeks. And it's just exciting to me because I like seeing the results. Like, it feels like I've used a bunch of pocket cards, but when I put this little bin up and I can push the cards back and see all that space, I'm like, oh, happiness. So making it through. Haven't really attacked the specialty pocket cards yet, but you know, we'll get there. So I am using a couple Paper House papers. This airplane paper is one of my favorites. I just love it. I'm also using this baby paper, which has that baby banner and a floral on the top. But basically it's just a grid paper elsewhere. So I go ahead and tear that so that it gives me a little bit more of an interesting edge versus something that's just straight across my page. And I'm going to line it up and place it down. So once that is down, I'm like, okay, I'm liking this. Now, my original thought was to take these pocket cards and kind of layer them up in one line over the page where it kind of looks like the tags, but instead there's just a line of pocket cards. Well, I quickly discovered that I did not like it with just one line. I discovered that more is more, and I go ahead and find a few more of these pocket cards in coordinating colors, and I'm just going to get them all placed at the top, and I'm trying, you know, not to put the two exact same colors right next to each other. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. Like, I flipped around so that the red and the blues were up at the top on that striped card instead of the yellow and the green, since yellow and green were right next to it. And now I'm just kind of messing around and futzing around until I get them to a place where I kind of like the design. And ultimately, you're only going to see a little bit of the design peeking out from the top and the bottom because the boarding passes are going right here. We're going to go ahead and make a pocket. So I trim off the excess and I flip it over to trim off the excess because I feel like you can kind of see what you're doing a little bit better than if you had it face up. I feel like you're kind of cutting blind, and that's never a fun feeling. Am I right? So I take my 6x8 page protector and I go ahead and tuck these little guys right on in there. At first I was thinking about using the side that had the branding kind of mark on it, but then I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have any branding marks on this. I just want it to be the tickets. So I go ahead and I do that. I do use my fuse tool. I literally just blanked for a second. To go ahead and I'm blanking on the fuse tool and what it does. To go ahead and fuse, I mean, come on, dummy. It's like right there in the title. So I use that to close up the pocket, and of course I do that outside of the frame and you don't even get to see it. So I did it on top of my Tim Holtz glass mat, and I just ran a couple of lines on one side, and then I went and flipped it over and ran a couple of lines on the other, just because I really don't want the pocket to fall apart. And, you know, there's a little bit of concern because the pocket is kind of stuffed. There's a lot of boarding passes, and that's what happens when you are flying standby. You get a standby boarding pass, and then you get an assigned seat, so you get a new boarding pass. And then when you do that twice in a weekend, that's, you know, a lot of tickets. And then when you go back to do it the second weekend, that's a lot more tickets. So there's a lot of tickets and I don't want them bursting forth out of the pocket. So I go ahead and make that happen. So now it's just a matter of figuring out what is going to go here at the end of the layout. And at first I was thinking that I was going to use one of these pocket cards to go ahead and create a title on it and kind of incorporate some of the words and things on the pocket card into my title. Ultimately, that did not work out for me. I was not feeling it. I did not like it. And then I was super excited once I actually figured out what I was going to do. And, you know, it probably shouldn't have taken me so long to figure it out because it's been sitting right there in my little pocket of goodness. It's a little pocket of goodness. That's what it is. It's got some travel-y bits in it. I did decide to go ahead and mat this little plastic pocket on a solid piece of coordinating cardstock. And that's just because I felt like there was a lot going on behind the tickets and you did not need to see that. You didn't need to know that it was controlled chaos under there. You just needed to know that it looked pretty. So now I have that and I pull out this little red pocket card and it has things, you know, travel-y words to it, which are always good. It's always good to have travel-y words when you're working on a travel-y page. It would be kind of lame to have, you know, words that had nothing to do with travel. So, yeah. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, guys. It sounded right. It sounds right in my head before it comes out of my mouth. But sometimes my mouth engages before my brain does. And then I'm like, oh, what the heck did I just say? And that's okay. It is totally okay. So now I'm playing around with this die, and I'm like, is this gonna work? And it does not work on this page. It just felt a little weird with this page because it feels like everything is kind of white and bright, and that frame just wasn't. It just didn't feel very good. I know that the sketch has tags, but you know, sometimes I'm over tags, and then, you know, I had to worry about naked tag holes and all that kind of thing, and nobody wants to worry about a naked tag hole. Nobody. And then I saw that my friend Crystal did not have a naked tag hole, so purses. What the heck is coming out of my mouth? My word, how the heck did I say purses? That has nothing to do with anything on this layout or anything we're talking about. So now I'm just trying to find the little pieces to kind of like make the page because it's got a lot of color, which, you know, more is more, so that doesn't stress me out. And then I have Jet Setter up there, and I was really kind of struggling to get other words and other things on this layout. It just didn't feel right because I had so much already going on. What I decided to do was use a new washi tape. So I purchased this from Freckled Fawn, and way back in the day, I used to get Freckled Fawn embellishment kits. This, I did not subscribe. I do not want to be a subscriber, but they had a sale, and I was like, oh, let me see what I can see. And I found this map print washi tape. And I was like, ooh, that's exciting. And then I got freaked out for a second because I tore it and it ripped off really easily. And it tore and I was like, oh, no wonder it was on sale. It's bad washi. But it's really not. I just decided that I did not like it all the way across the top of the page. I decided I would like it better if it just had a small section. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do there is just get this little small section on the top and bottom. Even though that isn't really shown on the sketch there, it just makes sense to me. It just felt like that grid area was a little too naked, so I'm going to fill it in. And my title was going to be And We Fly, I think. And We Go. something like that. But I decided, that looks lame, and the title's lame itself. So I'm going to go and change it. And I go ahead and change it to Off We Go, which makes a lot more sense than And We Go. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get my letters on there, and it is in dark black, so you can definitely tell this is the title because it's like, bam, in your face, here's my title. And then I pull out this Echo Park Scenic Route sticker book, and I go ahead and find some fun little bits that I can pair up with the washi tape and any other thing I might need to place on the page. Now that globe was a perfect little cover up for one of the words on that card. I don't even remember what the card was, but it didn't exactly exude flying kind of traveling, so decided to cover that up a little bit. I thought it would be fun to add in the suitcases and then this little banner guy right here. So I'm just like having a grand old time adding things to the layout. And then I go ahead and put a camera down as well. Why? I have no idea. Because I feel like cameras are a generic scrappy thing, like stars and hearts. Like they're just something you can use on every layout because, you know, you're taking pictures or you have a story or there's a memory. And a camera is a memory. It's a memory keeper. Like it is a memory maker type thing. I don't know. Like keeper, maker, I don't know. It's a documenter. Who knows? But it is there. So now I go ahead and I'm like, okay, well, I want to kind of highlight the pink airplanes because, you know, they're cool. So I go in and I go to my enamel basket, and I've got these Illustrated Faith pink hearts. So I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle them around the page as well, just because I feel like it kind of incorporates those pink airplanes a little bit more, and I really wanted them to be incorporated because I'm pretty much in love with them. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.